Good afternoon. I know this is a scene that many of you miss over these past weeks. Jesus saying, "Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." A beautiful picture reminding us of the presence of Christ and his comfort through all of our days of struggle and challenge. I want to make this as an announcement as we move our way forward. And as you know, the governor has moved York County from yellow to green protocols. And of course, this is good news. It allows us to open for worship, but it does not mean that we're going to be full speed ahead. There are limitations, but they are reasonable, at least for the purpose of our gathering. As a church, I have encouraged us to go beyond what most people think to higher standards of Christ that the church requires. The primary standard, of course, will be safety, safety, safety. That for any of our members and guests who will be with us for worship. And to that end, we are going to move slowly forward. We will responsibly abide by the guidance of health and government officials. Life has changed. Upon your arrival on June 21, which will be our opening day, you may expect things to be different. Before we get to the details, I want to announce that we will begin with two services. They will be a 9:15 a.m. contemporary service and a 10:30 a.m. traditional service. Both services will be specifically oriented as family services, which is simply to say that children will not be excused, as has been our custom. Research that I have read and shared with the staff indicates that because children are not capable to practice social distancing, it is best that we hold back on programming that gets our kids together. We hope that the time will soon come when we will resume our children's practices, but for now, we're going to take it slow. When I talk to parents who are worried that their children are too active, I try to remind them that they are more sensitive to the kids than those who are worshiping around them. This is a time for special understanding for all of us. For my part, we will shorten the services to be sensitive to the needs of all. I want to announce to those who are commonly worshiping at the 8 o'clock hour that for these days we're going to forego that service, but it is not going to be eliminated. I promise that it will return. But for right now, we want to hold ourselves for two services, because to hold two services in one venue will require us to disinfect that venue before the second group arrives. So for now, the 8 o'clock service will not be held. It will return, I promise. Now for the details. First and foremost, if you are not feeling comfortable with coming to gathered worship, everyone understands. Everyone. Persons over 60, especially those with special health conditions, have heightened risks. We all know that. You must do what you believe is best. We respect everyone's decision. We will continue to post worship as we have been practicing these last 3 months so that you can view them on television or on your computer. Second, if you are not feeling well on Sunday morning, please do not come to gathered worship. Again, worship will be available online. If you do come and find that you are ill, contact the church office immediately. We cannot be a part of any spread. The sanctuary and Trinity Life Center and all parts of our building are and will be disinfected. Those areas of heavy use get special attention the very next day. You may depend on that. It is expected that all persons will wear masks. We will have masks available for those who have forgotten their own, and we have had special masks made for the children and hope to give one to all the children who are present. Children under 2 have not been required to wear masks by the Center for Disease Control. Some persons find wearing a mask covering to cause difficulty breathing, and if that is the case, special seating will be offered to you. The CDC has been clear in their recommendations, and it makes sense to follow them. You're also welcome to wear gloves. We will be practicing social distancing. Chairs will be separated in the gymatorium, and pews will be marked to encourage us to be apart as expected. There will be no handshaking, hugging, or kissing. A wave or a bow with hands clasped will be adequate to say hello and to pay our respects in honor of one another. Control your coughs, control your sneezes. Hand washing and hand sanitizing will be expected of all. Flat surfaces in all areas will be removed or minimized to help control high-touch spots that will require disinfection. We will be controlling entrances and exits to minimize the handling of doors and directing persons to preferred entrances. Hymnals and Bibles, along with other items, will be removed from the pews for now. The use of paper will be minimized. We have screens, and we will use them. Offering plates will not be passed. Instructions will be given as to where and how your tithes and offerings may be placed. Special communion packages have been ordered, and they will be very safe to use. We hope to have them by the 21st, although, like hand sanitizer, they are in unusually high demand and not always easy to come by. We've ordered them in time. We think they will arrive. There will be no fellowship time with coffee and so forth. This, too, will help to increase social distancing. I want to thank all of you for your patience through these historic days. I know that we have some who will not be with us for reasons of health and the threat that the coronavirus presents. I know also that we have others who believe that we should have found ways to open many weeks ago. For all of you, I again say it is about safety, safety, safety. I close with words from my daughter, who has served as a nurse anesthetist and was pressed into service, extra service, in emergency roles in the critical care units of Montgomery County, which, for all intents and purposes, was the epicenter for the virus in Pennsylvania. She was responsible for intubating numerous patients and watched the progress of the disease as it manifested itself. She said, "Pop, it's not a good way to die. And even worse, too many people are dying alone without the love and the care of family at bedside. Nurses and doctors can only do so much," she said. That was part of her admonishment to Kathy and me to be careful. We have taken her seriously, and I do not intend to change my outlook on the matter as one who bears leadership responsible for Bethlehem Church. Blessings to all of you as we move slowly and wisely together toward reopening for gathered worship. Please be in prayer as we move in that direction. God bless you all. Amen.